Hello, friends of Komodo platform, pirates, friends of Pirate Chain, all the friends around the lane. Whew, welcome. I'm Giuliano here on, well, now I guess we would call this the 29th or the 30th of August, sorry, as Monday has turned the corner as well. We're here at about 1:19 UTC time. AM on the 30th of August. I'm here to talk about August 29th, closing Sunday candle for BTC. We'll see what else is going on. Ooh, what a time to be alive. I hope you're doing well. Like this video if you like it. Make your comments, please, because what a time to be alive. And no, I'm not talking about the upcoming Tokyo IDO just imminent, and the imminent release of the various mainnet capabilities that are so intriguing, amongst all the other things going on around this Komodo platform and related friends and communities. Anyway, I feel like I'm rambling, but it's not because of that. It's just what a time to be alive, to experience this socioeconomic order which has been emerging over this past nearly, I don't know what we would say, maybe 20 months or so. Oh my word, what a time to be alive. And for whatever range of emotions you may be feeling, whatever thoughts you're having, I hope that you're able to somehow center and ground yourself in the reality, the deepest reality of your truest sense of being. I mean, I sound like I'm at this mountaintop here looking down, but the reality is, in my sense here, got to tap into that light because, metaphorically speaking, it seems like there is quite a darkness which has befallen us. Now, take that however you will. I'm going to just look here at BTC USD. Let's look at the candles. This is the weekly price action. Okay, I would like to revert back to the line. I need to get some steam off my chest here. Whoo, and we got to look at this sucker. Okay, well, interesting move we made here. From bottom, March 2020, to top-ish around, March 2021. A year of uptrend, no doubt. And if we connect this low with these lows and we move along to this low, we still have higher lows. But because of this considerable lower high, we know that we are still in potential B wave territory, meaning a further downward correction. I'll get to this idea of waves in a moment here. I also want to recognize, though, that this high is higher than this one. And on a weekly scale, these are significant. These are all the closings. So it's a very precise thing, let's say that the price closes at midnight UTC on the Sunday time frame. And therefore, it is a very purposeful close, in my opinion. There's a reason why we closed at this level, not above and not more below. I don't know what that reason is, but when we look at the Japanese candlesticks, we get a better idea about what has transpired this past week. I would have to say that of all possible candles, this candle right here, this week of 23rd August candle, it's a very uncertain one. There's a lot of uncertainty involved. However, it's much stronger than a lot of other things could have been. It's red. I like the fact that it's red, because even just psychologically, I don't mean that it's red, but that it's a down candle, like the price closed lower than it opened. So I like that it's red, because that can whoops, I shouldn't have done that. He just a boy. That can clear out all of that green right there. Just this one red candle. Why is that? Why is that? Because on a weekly time frame, on a week, oh my Lord, I did not do that on purpose. So you can see it though, maybe on a weekly time frame, 1 week is enough to clear out some upward momentum, and it can intermingle with a couple of weeks, you know, and this makes a sideways month. And in that case, even though it's sideways and up, yet at the same time, the intra-week action allows for a lot of clearing out and uncertainty, and it gives a pause, a breather to all of this momentum. So in that case, like look at this candle, it's great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the greens. Here we only had the 5. So really, I'm not saying that's what's happening, but yeah, maybe that's also something other people are seeing. So whatever, that's cool. But again, I like this candle overall. However, a candle like this did signal some sort of toppiness, but it was preceded by a very big drawdown, and even before that, a couple of other big drawdowns. So this big drawdown here, well, maybe it's yet to come. That's what the bears would have to say. In our case, so here, I am definitely seeing the bullishness. So this gives that pause, and whether or not we have red here this week, it doesn't matter, because we are definitely setting up for further upside. And with a little bit more analysis, a bit more of my idea might come into view. But I do so I have two possibilities. One is that we're in still bull mode. The other is that we are now confirming the end of the B wave ish, and we are going to be making well, actually, in fact, even if we turn over up here, it could still be some sort of big giant flat, in which case we might be doing that and still making lower lows, like bear market style. But anyway, it does seem like we are poised for, number one is poised for upside, number two is poised for downside. Okay, having said that, what I would like to look at is the potential here that we've a lot of people like to make connections with the 2013 price action. So we're going to go back there and just take a quick look, and then we're going to start doing a bit of let's call it data analysis. Okay. All right. So first things first, the rounded top definitely does not give the same effect as a blow off top. Okay. Now, granted we didn't have a rounded top here, but this is also a different nature of impulse. Okay. That's for sure. All right. So why do I say that? Is just it just looks different than this. Okay. All right. Now, in many people's consideration, this area back here is related or correlated, or they say that could be similar to what's happening here. Very likely. Okay, good. Then what is there to consider? Well, the time frame. It did a down and then an up to a reasonable level to consolidate, and then it was ready for bull. So then the thesis here is it's going to do its down, it's going to do its up, consolidate, and continue. Because the other option is go up to whatever level, whether we're at it or it continues a bit higher before it falling down. Then after that, then we would know. But what am I saying here? I'm saying that we can use this as a way of seeing where we are in this pattern and what might it look like going forward, so that we can invalidate what the thesis might be, one or two, right? Thesis one is go up, thesis two is go down. The other thing I wanted to say is about waves. Okay, so relatively speaking, related to Elliott wave theory, Neely method particularly, here's just some quick jot notes that I considered is 3s and 5s. Okay, because things moves in 3s or in 5s. 5s is impulsive, 3s is corrective. All right, and impulsive movements are in the direction of the trend, and corrective movements are counter or against the direction of the trend, or we could argue maybe that no specific direction, so sideways would be corrective movements, and these are threes. And of course they can combine. So for example, a zigzag is made up of a 5, a 3, and a 5, whichever direction it's going. If the zigzag is going up, then it's made up of a 5 up, 3 down, and 5 up with certain rules. And similarly, if it's inverted and it's going down, then it would be 5 down, 3 up, 5 down, because the overall trend is down, and therefore the impulses, the 5s, are moving with the trend, and the corrections are moving against the trend, if that makes sense. All right. Now, 3s are corrective, 5s are impulsive. Good, because a lot of people like to count things up here, and I do also think that, you know, counting can be pretty subjective at times, and whatever fits and works makes sense. You know, it's like sometimes things are more of an, you know, something can be an art and a science, and you know, you have to balance them in the right way. And in that sense, where they're an art, then it might not necessarily have all, you know, only one right answer type of thing. You understand what I mean? Okay, so what do we have outlined here? We have time over here. Okay, I want to recognize the time. If we get zoomed in on this 2013 action, I want to recognize here the time from, this is weekly, by the way, the time from the top down to the bottom is 13 bars. Okay, the time from the bottom to this is 13 bars. So give or take 1 bar or so, you know, we've got an even 13 and 13 and a total 26. So if we're going to go something similar or different, well, maybe this is in this current time period, then this might help to inform us. So what do we got here? Well, one thing we have here, what are all these things? What is this? I don't remember this. I'm going to get rid of you. We have now from the top, again, this is not necessarily exact. So if I move this over here, maybe to this one, then that would be 13 bars down to this bottom. Okay, imagining that the overall move ends here, not here. So just because this is the bottom doesn't mean the move ends here. In my opinion, the move ends here. So at this point, we've got about 13 bars. So here I've drawn 14 because it was showing 14 over here, but now we made it 13. So now we bring this back to 13 bars. It ends at about 11 October. Cool. Meaning what? Well, in the previous one, it went down for 13 bars and then up and sideways for 13 bars before breaking out with its next impulsive movements. I'm not necessarily saying breaking all-time high, but, you know, taking the impulsive movement. So based on these levels and what we're seeing here, it looks like definitely a potential for this pausing. That's fine, but the next move, you know, definitely in scenario 1, the next move is something up here, right? Challenging this area, maybe this upper Bollinger Band or whatever, and then maybe, you know, just doing some sort of sideways movements that confirm this action, right? And then, you know, maybe like you move your thing and then you're gone. Then it's time to go. That definitely could be a scenario, right? Who knows where exactly we'll be within this time frame, but I definitely imagine it's going to be in this kind of area here, in this area here. Alrighty, so that's the thoughts on the BTC. Let's watch that happen, but also some points of concern would be, whoops. Some points of concern would be, what are we going to say here? If we start breaking this level of 40,000, I mean, already we're concerned, because that'll mean we're most likely breaking the 20-week average. If we're breaking this 20-week average again, we're not having a good time. So I'll say watch that for sure. And then the 40,000 level as a static level. This is more dynamic, the 20-week. And then After that, if we start trading in here, I mean, that's when you really need to, we need to really consider and reconsider what's happening. We can consider more the macro page. And look, by this point, if we're trading within this level, then we are breaching this cloud, which I think is not good at all. Holding at the cloud at some point is fine. I still don't think that's going to be the case, but you never know. It might need a retest first. And you know, this time frame might not be the thing that's going to work out, so that's fine too. All these things are going to play out. You know, people were calling high double or even triple digits by December of 2021 or so. But we're going to know soon enough, and that's going to be fun. That's awesome. All right, I hope you're doing well. I think I'm going to leave it there for the BTC. I'm not really going to do too much on the other charts. Oh boy, yeah, I did want to look here and see that pirate chain price, something going on here. Definitely a lot of selling. Oh, that's a bear right there. That is a big invalidate candle. As you can tell, I haven't really seen this candle. I mean, I'd be making its own video on this one. I will. Goodness. Yep. I mean, in one way that could be good. This could be good. Look, it's a very big one. Closing down this move, retesting the areas that we need. Fine. If that means 7,000, that's fine. But officially, we breached that 8,000 level. I mean, that's a big bear candle right there. I just want to recognize that after some of these big bear candles, you get some of these fatty greens over here too. So, you know, volume is pretty thin. This is a KuCoin exchange for the ARRR BTC price, and that's that. In terms of the dollar price, today has been just a big punch in the face, hasn't it? Yeah, we are wildly moving here. Okay, good. You know what? When I say good, I'm sorry, but this is giving us clarity. That's why it's good. This is giving us clarity. Okay, so here it is, that 346 level. I mean, there's a reason why. You know, we see here, we tried to hold the support of the $4 level, boom to the 20 period average, rejected, and pursuant to the next thing, we boom, broke down. Of course, this is not the candles. This is on the daily, by the way. Yeah, so down here at the 375 level. Let's see the wick, just curious. Candles, boom, none. Okay. Whew. So yeah, speaking of waves and counts, I'm gonna talk about this maybe a little bit later, another time when we address the pirate chain price chart. I'm not going to address it too much, but hey, you know, don't discount these things. I think one lesson to learn here definitely is sometimes these lagging indicators can be very helpful in terms of if you're doing trading and stuff like that. But anyway, this is not necessarily any financial advice at all. In fact, it's more about like observing and watching and having fun than trading particularly. But here we have this previous resistance type of area. So let's see what interaction we get at this 44 level. Cool, yeah. And it could also confluence with now a type of uptrending move if our next move is bullish. So we'll see. Whoops. Okay, we'll change your color into green. All right. That's that, just for fun. We'll leave that there for now. Daily price chart. And then we're having these three reds. So yeah, we're gonna see what's happening. Definitely look for this 345 to hit, and we're gonna see what kind of correction we're getting here. It's gonna go to 305. I think so at this point, especially if we're getting our fifth wave here. We're gonna go up again and really test this 20-day average and reject there and keep going further. In which case, look, this is our USDT, and that doesn't spell well for BTC unless something's happening here which is not correlated, which I do think might be the case. It's not correlated with BTC, because I'm just going to move over to the KMD, and we see a decent price holding here at $1.06 for KMD. It's not suffered the same I mean, it has had its tough week. It was not a good weekly candle, but compared to the previous move up, it is not yet hurting that move. So let's see, is this going to be oh yeah, I was noticing, possibly we're making here is a triangular pattern, and based on the candles, it's holding that potential true. I got a whole bunch of lines and stuff drawn here. I've been busy as to not be able to really keep up with this stuff, but I find so many of these details to be quite fascinating, including things like after this impulse move above the channel, breaking down to the bottom of the channel, and then fighting the median line there before breaking down, can't hold it, and you're done. Now it looks like with these wicks and these closings, we could be forming some form of triangle with, for example, an A, a B, a C, and then we're looking for a D, an E, and then break out to the upside. That would be lovely. So this will also tell us very soon if we're going to, invalidate it. The other possibility is something more like this, where we go just a simple A, B, and now we are maybe in a C. And well, ideally we could hold this level here, confluencing, boom, right there. But even better if we could confluence it with this this 99-cent type of a close here. That would be better. But at this point, this low right here is, I want to just recognize, in fact, I'm going to use a different tool to do that. And then I think we're nearly done here. This is KMD USDT. The reason I pulled that one up before the BTC version is because of just looking at the ARRR USDT just now. So here we go. Yes, it would, this level here would confluence lovely with this level. I think if this can possibly at the end of this move and we're getting our support here, oh, that would feel real good. However, we're fighting in this cloud. We made it in, and now we're just chopping lower, although we're making a higher low than this low here of August 18, but who knows where that leads us. And in terms of action, it looks potentially positive, but maybe we break down from this $1.10 area where the 20-day moving average is. Anyway, but based on this and the other lagging indicators, we are eventually going to make our way back into positive momentum. But what kind of strength will we have at that point? We'll see. Okay, and so yeah, I'm just going to close that out. Look at the KMD, BTC, currently just below the 2200 Satoshi level. This being a daily price chart, so yeah, definitely a flat movement since the very low back in the end of June from that huge waterfall down. We've had some ups and downs, but with a overall trend to the upside. So we like that. That's good. And didn't be able to hold that 20-day moving average, but that's okay. You know what? Overall, this this is interesting. It's like almost like playing Super Mario. You're underwater, and here's the top of the cave. You just can't go there. You might have to swim under. I mean, jokes, but not that funny. Anyway, hopefully we can just go through it. Maybe it's one of those glitches. And in terms of watching the top levels is only a 4,300 Satoshis level. So at some point we are going to make it into the 4,000 Satoshis, I do believe here. First, we would be battling the 200-day at around 3,300s. And once we can do that, then we are in a new era, in my opinion, from a daily price perspective. Okay. So on the weekly, what did it look like? Oh yeah, 2 in a row of red. We'll see what this week looks like, but I get the sense that we are in for some positivity. It's gotta be. I mean, it's always a probability, right? It seems like there's a higher probability we're in for positivity, lower probability that we are in for negativity and breaking down from this uptrending line. Okay, I think that's it for now. Good day, one and all. Sleep well. Remember, That's right. Silence is golden. Goodbye.